Okay, like I told you earlier on, there are basically two ways to do this. One way is by using the long division method, which is what we're going to do now. Okay, anyway, think about the logic first. Okay, now we know that x minus 1 is a factor of this polynomial, this function. So when we know one factor, we can actually use this function to divide by this factor to find the rest of the factors, isn't it? And therefore we can factorize it completely. So this is precisely what we are going to do right now, the long division. So let us get started. Okay, x cubed, since k is equal to 0 and this is kx squared, therefore there's no x squared. So remember what we learned in the long division part of this chapter is it is advisable to leave a space in between, a blank space in between for the x square. Okay, and this is being divided by the divisor x minus 1. Okay, how we do this? Well, something multiplied by x will give me x cubed, so that something has to be an x square. So when x squared multiplied by x, that will give me an x cubed, and x squared multiplied by minus 1 will give me a negative x square. So there's a minus here, and nothing minus away negative x square will give me a positive x square, isn't it? Okay, so copy down the rest. So something, again repeat the same process, something multiplied by x will give me an x square. So that something has to be an x, isn't it? So x multiplied by x will give me an x square, and this x multiplied by a negative 1 will give me a negative x. Okay, and there's a minus here. So negative 7 minus negative x will be negative 7 plus x, and that will give me a negative 6x plus 6. Okay, let us move it a little higher so you get more space. Okay, now finally, so something multiplied by 6 must give me a negative 6x. Sorry, something multiplied by x, will give me a negative 6x. So this something has to be a negative 6. So negative 6 multiplied by x will give me a negative 6x. Negative 6 multiplied by negative 1 will give me a positive 6. So when you minus off, you get 0, which is expected, isn't it? Because since this is a factor, we should expect the remainder to be a 0, no remainder at all. Now, after doing the long division, what do we achieve? Now, what we know is, this is the divisor, this is the quotient, and there is no remainder. Therefore, we know that this x squared plus x minus 6 has to be the other factor, isn't it? Okay, so let us try to completely factorize this function. Okay, so since we know that our function fx is equal to x cubed minus 7x plus 6, and now we know that this x cubed minus 7x plus 6 is the product of x minus 1 multiplied by x squared plus 6 plus x minus 6. Okay, so we factorize it, but this is not completely factorized yet, because this quadratic factor can be further factorized, isn't it? So this will become an x minus 2 and x plus 3. Okay, and here we go. We have completely factorized fx into 3 linear factors, and this is by using the long division method.